Alright, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. We are continuing the third-person shooter series and the inventory specifically. We're getting somewhere. So this is what we have so far. We are walking around, we can pick up items. When we pick them up, we have them in our inventory. We can assign them to secondary or main slot, and we now have it equipped. So let's make sure that we can what should we do? Equip it. Maybe we should make sure that we can actually equip it to the hand as well. Is that a thing now? Let's do that later. So equip to the hand, and that's gonna come after the inventory is finished, I guess. So at least now we have the weapon equipped. So what we're gonna do now is, I guess we could do a drop function. Or is that good? Yeah. No. Yeah. So it's not saving. So that's what we should do first. So whenever we open the inventory, we should get these slots. They are variables already. So we are gonna get the secondary weapon slot and the main weapon slot, and we have our owning character. So we need to get secondary weapon details, get main hand get main weapon details. So secondary weapon set. So when we open the inventory, we need to set the details of these two slots basically, so that it saves. And when we equip it here, it updates the inventory, the player character, so it will be the same. Main, secondary, and we need to up the slot. Go, and let's get all of this and collapse to a, can't we do that? Collapse to function, call it F, update inventory slots. Equipment slots. So if we pick this up, we attach it, you can see that it saves now. So that's good. We have our weapon equipped. Perfect. So what are we gonna do now? Let's do what did I say before? Let's do a drop function. So in our player character, I like arrows, so I'm just gonna use an arrow. No, let's not do that. No, that's not necessary. We don't need arrow. So in our player character, inventory logic, I guess, we're gonna do a custom event, call it client drop item. It's gonna be run on the owning client. And in the replicated functions, we're gonna do a custom event called server spawn actor. Make sure it's a server event. And we're gonna do spawn actor from class. Drag the class through. Self is gonna be the instigator. I'm not sure if it's needed. Try to adjust collision location, but always spawn. And we're also gonna pass through the spawn transform. Here we go. And we are gonna do server spawn actor. I guess, is this fine? Pass it through. Yeah, let's do that. So in our inventory, we're gonna go to our inventory and we're gonna create a new WB, a new widget blueprint, call it WB drop slot. Yeah, and we're just gonna do an image for this one. It's gonna cover it's gonna cover pretty much everything. Yeah, it can actually cover everything, I think. Oh. Yeah, anchor it to the entire screen, no offset. And we're just gonna set the tint of this, the transparency of this one to 0, so it's completely transparent. And we're gonna do an override on drop. And we have this on drop here. So let's just gain the payload. Get details, yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. Copy this part. So from the operation, we get the payload, we cast to the item slot, because the item slot is the payload always of the drop operation. And we need to have a reference to the class here. So file, save all, just because it might crash now. Because we are gonna change some stuff in the item details. I'm gonna add a variable called item class, and it's gonna be of the type master item, and it's gonna be a class reference. Here we go. Once again, save all, and we need to compile probably most stuff, no crash. And compile, we definitely need to compile the master item. Compile. Yeah. And now we got this class in the drop slot. So we also can do the same thing here on the event graph. We can do the same thing as we're doing in the item slot. Get this in the item slot, we get this cast We're gonna do this one in the drop slot as well. We're just gonna create the owning character, and we are gonna, on drop, we're gonna get the owning character, drop item, yeah, we don't need to pass it through here. The only thing we need is the class. And it's gonna be from this one. So, actually we need the details as well. Actually, we don't need the class, we only need the details. Because the class is in the details anyway. So, like that. Perfect. And in our player, item to drop, we are gonna, from the inventory, we're gonna find item. We're gonna find this. Okay, so it's more than -1. Because if you read here, the index the item was found at, or -1 if it's not found. So this returns -1 if it's not found. So if it doesn't exist in the inventory, it should always exist though, but let's make a check for it anyway. So if it's more than -1, that means it exists, and in that case we're gonna do a server spawn actor. So in that case we're gonna remove index, in that case we're gonna remove index. So we remove the item from the inventory, and we break the details here to get the class, and we're gonna spawn that, and then we're gonna get actor location. That's ourselves. It depends on how you want to do this. I'm just that's fine. That's fine. I guess we don't want to spawn it into ourselves. We could do plus. Let's do the arrow thing. I like arrows, so I just like arrows. They're easy to use. They're reliable. And we could use that for more stuff later, probably. So get world look get world transform, and we're gonna spawn it there. So this is some complicated stuff. I'm fairly sure it's not gonna work. So let's just print string here for safety. So we see drop item. Let's go. No, actually we need to in our inventory we need to add the drop slot. And I'm gonna do something like that. Okay, so we are actually dropping the item though. It does get us that far. So I kind of felt like this would probably be an issue. So well, it is dropping, so that's good. Gets here. Let's okay, yeah, obviously there's always something you forget, so go into the master item. Obviously we need to set the item class, and it should be the child. Let's call it item gun. So obviously it couldn't drop something because there was nothing. Gun. Wait. Oh yeah. There we go. So maybe that's working. And it's working. So that's quite nice. Let's see if it works on the client. Pick up. Why is that not working? Is it because it's not full screen? Yeah, maybe. So we can equip that, and we can drop it. And you can see on the client as well, we can pick it up. We have it in our, and we're gonna put it here, and we can go back to our client, and you can see that it's moved. So it is replicating, so that's quite nice. You can see we need to unequip it though if it's already on the player. So that's working. Let's add this check after we see that everything is working. And obviously if this, there are a couple of ways to do this, because like I feel like it makes sense that if we equip the secondary weapon it's still gonna be here, but if this represents the backpack, then if we equip it here it doesn't need to be in the backpack anymore. But I guess that's depending on how you want to do it. So if we equip it, we could remove it from the inventory maybe. But that's an annoying thing to do. Do we need what makes more sense here? I'm not sure how it usually works. Let's just keep it in the inventory for now. But if we drop it, obviously not. So if did it get removed from? Yeah, no. We also need to refresh inventory. Yeah, good. So there we go. And if it is equipped, so how do I check? Because we might have several of the Okay, yeah. So if the item to drop is equal if the item name, if the item class, let's do from the class, and we need to do this check for everything, I guess, so it's pretty annoying. So if the item class get the secondary weapon details, if it's the same, that means we are dropping the, so if it's the same, we are gonna set off server set secondary weapon to none, and that should set the, yeah, that should work. So equipped, yeah, but it didn't spawn now for some reason. We are back to these annoying issues. Why did that stop working? Ah, yes, sorry. There we go. Disconnected that for some reason. So, equip, drop, and it's lost. Equip, drop, lost. Good. Equip, drop. Good. Alright, so it's working. So we have it equipped, and if we drop this one, it's going to be unequipped, obviously, because we dropped it. So that's good. Yep. And let's check the replication. Yeah, we already know it's working. So that's it for this one, I think. I'm really happy that I'm managing to keep to the like 20 minute ish instead of my usual 40-minute videos. So anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. And yeah, keep spamming that like button. Let me know if you have any questions, suggestions for future videos, and stuff you would like to see in this series. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.